What is up, guys? Eric here with my predictions for UFC 284 this weekend. Now, I'm only picking 5 fights, and I'm only going to be breaking down 2 so that this can be compacted into a small form factor. So, first fight I'm picking on is Alonzo Menefield versus Jimmy Crute. I'm picking Jimmy Crute there. Not going to say how I think he wins, I'm just going to choose him. Next is Jack Maddalena versus Randy Brown. Brown's the underdog, but I have this weird feeling that Brown's going to win. Cool. Next up, the one that I will break down a tiny bit, is Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. So I'm picking Yair to win. Reason why is, if you use the Max Holloway fight for Yair and the Jeremy Stephens fight as references skill-wise, then you will notice that Yair has a lot of pressure. He has a big variety of strikes, high volume, and then he has a very strong chin. And also power, but power is literally one of the things you don't really focus on that much. All of these guys can hit hard. Anybody can knock somebody else out with one sharp shot. So, why do I use these other fights as reference? Well, the chin part for the Max fight, the volume, and his cardio. He lasted all 5 rounds and looked decently fit by the 5th. Obviously, with that amount of damage, it's just a little bit different, but you get what I mean. But yeah, in short, all of these things will play a huge factor with Josh Emmett because Josh Emmett will not be able to hurt him that easily. To me, Yair actually has a stronger chin than, most of the people that Josh Emmett has fought. Only Calvin is the other guy, obviously, that is on the same level. Okay. And the Jeremy Stephens fight, why I'm using it as a reference is because of the stature of Josh Emmett. So, Yair is very good at controlling distance. And I think he will use his reach quite well, especially his leg reach on Emmett. And he will land strikes. To me, Josh Emmett is a tiny bit better than Jeremy Stephens, boxing and kickboxing wise. He's not at a level where he will be able to get in and out on Yair without being tagged. Especially since Yair has raised his volume up with his newfound cardio, because there was a time where he did die down slowly. But I think the Max fight really showed that his gas tank is a little bit better. And I think him coming forward on Emmett will be a problem, keeping the distance, constantly throwing all kinds of crazy attacks, and the damage. Like, at the age that Josh Emmett is at, can you really handle that kind of damage? And let's say Josh Emmett is a little bit more defensively sound and just gets away from most of the big shots. He will still be backing up and having to block everything on his guard, on his legs, on his body, and that will count in favor of Yair. So I think really, I hope Josh Emmett proves me wrong actually, in a way. It would be awesome. I like him a lot as a fighter, but I think Yair beats him. Next up is Alex versus Islam. Alexander the Great versus Islam Makhachev, the Dagestani beast. The second coming of Khabib. I don't like to say that because it sounds like Khabib is a god, but he's no god, he's a man. Sorry if I offend anybody with that, but that's just true. We're all human. So, I'm picking Islam. Reason why is not just because of the wrestling, but because of how Islam fights and how Volkanovski fights. Volkanovski is fine with being pressured backwards, slowly pressured backwards towards the cage. And the Dagestanis uses the cage to take people down quite easily. Now, obviously, Volk will have the defense, but because it's been shown in the embedded series and all the training videos, his defense is there, but I don't think he will be fast enough or defend correctly before he gets squished up against the fence and then scooped up, thrown on the ground, tripped or thrown. Just like Charles Oliveira got caught. Oliveira is insanely good. Volk is also very good. You can see he's a more wrestling focused fighter because of his stature and stuff, and the rugby background. But what's going to happen is, well, that's how I'm predicting it. Volk comes out. They meet in the middle with Islam. Islam pressures him back. Volk maybe lands a kick or two because of his speed advantage, but Islam comes past it, lands a few strikes up top, and in the end, let's say here's the legs, okay? In the end, right there is where they end up. And then on an angle, I just see Islam taking him down, putting him down for the round. Volk will be fine. The next round starts, it repeats. And I don't think the fight goes anywhere different from there until Islam gets a submission, which I think we will be shocked at how good Volkanovski defends it, but he will still submit him. That's what I see in the end. There, guys, leave your comments, your predictions in the comments, and let me know what you think. I think that's how the fight's going to go. Sunday's going to be awesome. UFC fights and then sound off afterwards. And obviously more content for the channel then. Fighting wise, I'm just going to post some prediction videos, maybe some bag work in the future, stuff like that. Cheers, guys. Bye.